I'm honestly having like a lot of fun, which again is like why we're here, is to have a lot of fun. So I'm like enjoying myself. I'm feeling very successful right now, and you know, at the end of the day, I think that's the best feeling when you have cooking. Not only are you like getting a good meal, not only do you feel accomplished, but you're also feeling more confident, more self-assured in life. Let's go. And now, merry meet and welcome. I'm Taylor, and today we're going to be continuing on with our pizzas from friends, and we're going to be starting the Joey special, 2 pizzas. So since it is 2 pizzas, this is going to be a 2-parter. So we're only going to be making the first pizza, which is garlic and clam pizza. So go ahead and stick around for how we switch out the clam meat and how we decide to switch up the cheese to make everything a little bit more vegan. With that, let's go ahead and get started with the Joey special, 2 pizzas. Merry meet again. So to get us started, since we are doing vegan, this is actually technically an optional step because I truly believe that this ingredient, I'll talk more about it in just a second, can cover the clam taste all on its own. So this is hearts of palm. I have it chopped up here. If you've never seen it before, they come in like cheese stick-esque is like what they look like. And they come typically canned. So if you've never seen one, looked in your canned vegetable aisle and look for hearts of palm. It's super fun to use to replace seafood. So that's what we're going to be doing today. As soon as you open it, it already smells a lot like seafood. It's really popular to use to replace a crab and a lobster because it has stringy meat as well. So we aren't going to get as much as that chewiness as you normally would with clam, but we're going to try our best. So as I was saying though, you can pretty much just say like this is good to go, use this instead of clam, and then that'll be good. But I wanted to go ahead and try a marinade a little bit today. So it's going to be a short time marinade. You can have it be overnight, you know, help prep those ingredients and then eat the food the next day. But what we're going to do is we're going to, of course, add some olive oil. So this is about a 1/4 cup, as is this lemon juice to help, you know, really make it a little bit more of a seafood flavor. And then I'm gonna mix this first, and then we're going to put in our spice. The spice that I have here is about a teaspoon of Old Bay spice. So it gets used a lot. Oh my gosh, it smells so much like lemony clam. It's I love the smell of seafood, so I'm just like, yes, accomplished. But anyway, so we're just gonna get that in there, and it's just gonna help soak up those flavors because that's typically like what you would have on top of your clam, and so it's just really gonna help like trick your mind if anything. But I want to just get all this off the side real quick. And then, as I was saying, this Old Bay seasoning, I only have about a teaspoon because I don't want it to overtake the rest of the flavor, but I do want it to be there again to help add those little bit spices that you associate with seafood and really help trick the mind a bit. That's what we kind of do with tofu if you think about it. So we'll do that, mix it a little bit. And then you want it to be a bit wet. You're not going to be putting the wet part onto the thing. Honestly, a good thing to maintain and hold on to. You can use it as a base for a salad dressing, or you can also use it if for cooking anything else that you're wanting to taste like fish. So if you're getting a tofu, you can still use the leftover marinade because none of this is raw. And there we go. So, and then also you want to, if you don't like any of these flavors, you can say no to them. You don't have to use them. And as I have said, probably, I think this is the 4th time, you can just use the heart of palm, cut it up, and have a good time with it. So we're gonna go ahead, set this off to the side while we prep everything else. So of course we already have our dough already made, but we of course need to make sure to pull it out. I'm gonna have it pre-pulled out because that's just my style, to make sure in the pizza dough video, which of course is linked below, you'll see that I show how I do it on there. And it's pretty much the same process I use every time. So with that, I'll see you guys real soon. Merry meet again. So now it's time for us to assemble our pizza. So we have our hearts of palm that have been soaking, and we have about 3-4 cloves of garlic here that's been minced up. So this is a step, if you really like garlic, really like the flavor, you can actually put it in the marinade ahead of time. But either way, at this point, we are going to add in our garlic and mix it in with our hearts of palm. And then we're going to spread this on top of our pizza dough. So there is no other sauce for this pizza dough, and because the marinade, I actually was guessing with the measurements today. I wasn't sure how much would work for just one can, and so I think I'm going to actually use all of it to help supplement the fact that we won't have any sauce, because you know I'm a sauce girl. And sorry if you can hear any construction happening in the background. That is just the way it is today. But yeah, so we're using the whole, oh, I'm sorry, I think I said 8 ounces. It was a 14-ounce can of hearts of palm. And we're using all of it. If you don't want to use all of it, this is really great to go ahead and fry up, or stir fry up, I should say. Well, fry up too if you have a fryer or an air fryer, probably would be really good. I don't have one of those. There's so many recipes that call for them nowadays too. It's the new food processor for me. Anyways, so my point to this being, though, is that you can use heart of palm, especially with this marinade, for anything else and just treat it like seafood salad. Or not necessarily salad, but treat it as if it is seafood. And you can use it raw, you can cook it up. It's really good. But I think that worked out really great for our little pizza there. Reminder that this is our dough that comes from the recipe, so this is supposed to make about a 13-inch pizza. I'm not measuring these, but my point is the ingredients are filling up, and I just appreciate the fact that all the things are matching up. All right, now what we're going to do is, we don't have this special kind of cheese that she was calling for. It's like grated Pecorino Romano cheese, and I looked up the flavoring of it, and it's supposed to be essentially a much like fancier, slightly saltier version. I believe saltier. I may be getting it may be the opposite and be creamier, but we're gonna just chance it because we can't taste it either way. But it's very similar to Parmesan cheese. So nutritional yeast is super similar to Parmesan cheese as well. So this is going to be half of the whole 1/3 cup. So this is only going to be a 1/6 of a cup to compensate for the Parmesan cheese, and then we're going to use some vegan mozzarella to help get the rest of that like creaminess that we miss out by using just flakes, because we still want some creaminess from the cheese. So we have them all together here, 1/3 of a cup. So first, so I'm not using that much, so I'm actually only going to use probably about half of that, so maybe about a tablespoon or 2. So just really whatever feels right. For me right now, I like how this looks considering I'm going to supplement with this. If you're not, maybe you want to add the rest of it, especially if you don't want a lot of that like creamier texture, but this creamier texture is very important to me. So I also think it helps bring the look back together again. Because without a sauce, I feel like this is less of a pizza and more of a flatbread. But what is the difference between the two? Like, there's no tomato on this, you know? So I probably could have used a little bit more of that, but that's okay. I'm not, I'm just gonna redistribute apparently. because I think it looks so good right now. And then well, it's actually not last, second to last, we have, this is fresh oregano, so we have again 1/3 of a cup, and you're again just want to go ahead, oh, and it's finely chopped. So if you haven't bought fresh oregano before, it comes on stems, so I did go ahead, kind of rough chop it with the stems attached and then pulled out the stems, because that was a lot easier than pulling off all of the leaves. But yeah, so we're just putting this all on here, putting some intention that we're gonna have a really good time eating this pizza. I'm very excited. Okay. I'm honestly having like a lot of fun, which again is like why we're here, is to have a lot of fun. So I'm like enjoying myself. I'm feeling very successful right now, and you know, at the end of the day, I think that's the best feeling when you have cooking. Not only are you like getting a good meal, not only do you feel accomplished, but you're also feeling more confident, more self-assured in life. Let's go. And now for the last ingredient, it's actually going to be our olive oil, just drizzled over, and you can do as little or as much as you want. This is I am not the best at, so we are going to try to get some of the crust as well here, but I already see how I've over oiled some parts. Voila. And so we're, as always with this pizza dough, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven at 450 for about 20 minutes, and we'll be back here with our taste test. Talk to you soon. Hello again. So here we are with our final product. Turned out really good, and it bubbled. It looked so delicious. It smelled so delicious. And as you can see, I've done our taste test and definitely passed it. I would say because of adding the lemon to the heart of palm really elevated the flavoring. So I definitely would encourage doing that. If you don't have the time, you still get everything that you want from this. Like if I was to eat this somewhere else and someone was to tell me this was vegan, I would be so shocked. Like I 100% would believe this was a garlic and clam pizza. So for the Joey special, pizza number 1, done. See you guys next time.